You think the secret to your success was not assuming people knew what to do with a can of soda?
I didn't kill the ad, Steve. I'm the only reason it made it on the air.
Just now, an hour ago, I'm coming from Markola's house.
What did he say? What did he say?
Invent something new. I'll give you a team. You can sit in Maui. The resorts come with couches.
Wait a minute, are you saying you recommended terminating the Mac? Or you recommended taking me off the Mac team?
We bought 3 spots in the Super Bowl, 2 30s and a 60. And after we screened it, the board wanted that money back, and they asked me to sell off the spots. Chiat Day sold off the 2 30s, but not the 60, and I let it be known to Lee Clow that if he didn't try very hard to sell the last spot, I wouldn't be unhappy.
If we drop the price and
Double
double the budget...
the price or double the budget. I mean, it's just, the only way to do that is take money out of the Apple II.
The Apple II should embarrass you. It embarrasses me. If you had any
It doesn't
right
embarrass
at all.
the shareholders,
I don't give a
Steve.
shit about the shareholders. That's why I hired you, so I don't ever have to hear about
The shareholders are my problem, and the board represents the shareholders. That's how it works.
You sure it wasn't Lee Clow who dragged his feet selling the 60?
At my direction. Steve, you think he would have done that on his own, taken it on himself?
Yeah, I think he would have done what it took to save it from you.
I was the only thing protecting it.
You didn't want the ad because you were trying to kill the Mac 2 months before it
You
launched.
are fucking delusional.
Can I mention something to you?
Sure.
I have no earthly idea why you're here.
The story of why and how you left Apple, which is quickly becoming mythologized, isn't true.
And I take this to the board myself.
Don't do that.
I am doing that.
You can't.
Why?
They believe you're no longer necessary to this company.
I get hate mail, death threats. I get death threats. My kids are getting taunted. Why do people think I fired you?
Joanna's gonna call my name in a second.
Steve?
That was unrehearsed. Yeah, I'll be there in just a second.
I gave you your day in court.
You gave me?
I gave the board a clear choice. I said, do you want to invest in the Apple II or the Mac? And they chose the Apple II.
The same people who wanted to dump
And
the
then I
Super
got on a
Bowl
plane
spot.
to China.
Mr. Scully, there's a call for you on line 1.
Or I almost got on a plane because I got a call in the lounge.
Who made that call?
Doesn't matter.
It matters to me who made the call.
John Scully.
John, if you get on that plane, you'll have lost your job by the time it lands. Steve's been calling the board. He wants you out.
I left my bags on the plane. My shit's still somewhere in Beijing. I took a car back to Cupertino in the middle of the fucking night.
I know what time it is. I need a quorum here in 1 hour, and I want Steve here too.
You took me off the Mac, and it was bad business. The quorum call was a homicide.
Right there. That's the part that's bullshit, my friend. It was a suicide. Because you knew your cards, and I showed you mine. I showed you mine, and you did it anyway. What did you think I was gonna do? I'm okay losing, but I'm not gonna forfeit.
I'm not okay losing.
We're losing market share, and the Mac is losing money. Our only hope is the Apple II, which is stagnating because of its soon-to-be obsolete DOS. Users are already rigging their machines to run with the CP/M operating system that's been built to run on Intel. I can't put it more simply than this. We need to put our resources into updating the Apple II.
By taking resources from the Mac.
It's failing. That's a fact.
It's overpriced.
There's no evidence that it's...
I'm the evidence. I'm the world's leading expert in the Mac, John. What's your resume?
You're issuing contradictory instructions, you're insubordinate, you make people miserable, our top engineers are fleeing to Sun, Dell, HP, Wall Street doesn't know who's driving the bus, we've lost hundreds of millions in value, and I'm the CEO of Apple, Steve. That's my resume.
But before that, you sold carbonated sugar water, right? I sat in a fucking garage with Wozniak and invented the future because artists lead and hacks ask for a show of hands.
All right, well, this guy's out of control. I'm perfectly willing to hand in my resignation tonight, but if you want me to stay, you can't have Steve. Settle him out. He can keep a share of stock so he gets our newsletter. He'll have to sever his connection to Apple. I'm dead serious. I want the secretary to call for a vote.
I fucking dare you.
You have done an outstanding job over the years of cultivating the press, and by that I mean manipulating them, because none of them, and none of their editors, publishers to this day know that you forced it. That you forced the board, even after I told you exactly what they do, which is exactly what they did, unanimously.
I don't have any trouble remembering that, John, because of it being the worst night of my life. and I forced the vote because I believed I was right. I still believe I'm right, and I'm right. Now, I bled that night, and I don't bleed. But time's done its thing, and I really haven't thought about it in a while. I absolutely understand why you're upset, and I want people to know the truth, too.
It's time.
Got it.
You're to end me, aren't you?
You're being ridiculous. I'm gonna sit center court and watch you do it yourself. Then I'm gonna order a nice meal with a 55 Margot and sign some autographs.
Jesus Christ.
You want some advice, Pepsi generation? Don't send Waz out to slap me around the press. Anybody else, you, Markla, Arthur Rock, anyone but Rain Man. Don't manipulate him like that. Whatever you may think, I'm always gonna protect him.
Come on, Steve.
That's what men do. You can't start late.